and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. My name is Elliot and I'm the guy behind the channel, and I just wanted to make this video to thank you guys again for 10,000 subscribers. I never really got the chance to do that, with the reveal and everything. It was just crazy. The channel was growing really fast and I just wanted to keep pumping out videos. But here is a 10k Q&A video that I promised you guys earlier, where I would answer some questions you guys left me on an earlier video this month. So let's get straight into it. So first question. Bullet Brain 666, what is your favorite Battlefront 1 or 2 map? That is a very hard question, to be honest, because I pretty much like all of them. But I think I would have to say Kashyyyk Docks from Battlefront 1. That's one map I really loved, especially if you were playing as a jet trooper up on the platforms. Renvar Citadel is also a nice map. It's really hard to pick, but it would be one of those two, I think. Next question from BT2. What are you going to do with this channel after Star Wars Battlefront 3 gets released for all platforms? This is a very good question that I get asked a lot, and some of you seem to think that I only cover news and that my channel will die down when Battlefront is released, and that's the exact opposite. There's so much stuff to cover when the game is out, like I will do tutorials or guides, I guess is a better name. Tips and tricks, gameplay videos, reviews, all that kind of stuff. There's just so much stuff to cover. And news, of course. There will probably be a lot of updates with patches, DLCs and that sort of stuff that I can still cover. And of course other Star Wars games. As I had said before, I will be covering other Star Wars games such as the Visceral game. Battlefront will always be my main focus, but I will be covering other Star Wars stuff as well. And another plan I've had since I pretty much started the channel is to somehow incorporate you guys in the channel. So when the game is released, chances are that I will be using some of your footage if you want me to, and stuff like that. Next question from Justin Time. What was the first Star Wars game you played? I honestly don't really know if it was Battlefront or if it was a game called Star Wars Clone Wars, a very old game that I can barely even find any info on online. I know I played it on my friend's or my cousin's PS2, and it was like you played as a ship and you went around and killed other ships. That's pretty much all I remember. Another game I played very early was the Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith game for Xbox. So that together with Battlefront is probably the Star Wars games I played the most. Django 17. Question. What made you start this account? That's also a very good question. I've had a bunch of YouTube channels before. All of them has been a lot smaller than this one and not really with any good success. But I've always enjoyed making videos and sharing whenever I play a game. And around the time of the reveal of Star Wars Battlefront back in 2013, I didn't really have any active channels, so I was always looking for opportunities to start one. And when they revealed Star Wars Battlefront and that DICE would be making a new one, that was just the perfect time for me to start a channel, because I have a lot of knowledge about Battlefront. It's one of the few games that I've played a lot, so it was just a great opportunity for me to start a channel at that time. And it turned out pretty well since I'm now over 10,000 subscribers, so I think I did a really good call starting a channel at that point. Another very popular question, which platform are you gonna buy it on? I will most likely be getting the game on the PC mainly. That will at least be my main platform, as I prefer playing FPS games or shooter games on the PC with a mouse over a console at any time of the day. However, I might be getting it for the PS4 as well, because I do have a PlayStation 4 that I don't really use a whole lot, but I do have it. And I would like to be able to play with those of you playing console as well. And since they are adding split screen, it would be just very nice to have Battlefront at home, so whenever you have friends over you can play some Battlefront with them on the same TV, which you won't be able to do on the PC. So yeah, at least PC. Hopefully PS4 as well. Sparks5709 asks, do you think there will be an open beta in the future? I would be very surprised if there's not an open beta, because they have had that for Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline, and I don't see any reason to why they wouldn't have it. Just free feedback, it's really good to get feedback from the community. And I think Battlefield Hardline was actually postponed after the beta because they felt that they had so much stuff they needed to do with the game. So I really hope we will have a beta, hopefully very soon, maybe in the summer or something like that. But we'll see. Rom Fure, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asked, which Star Wars movie do you like the most? And this is a very hard question. I thought about it a lot, and I think I would have to say Episode 6. Because that's just the one I have the most memories from when I was a kid. All the good stuff happens, they destroy the Death Star, the huge battles and stuff like that. But Revenge of the Sith is also pretty high on that list for me, because since I kind of grew up with the prequels as well, I do still prefer the original trilogy over the prequels, but not by a lot, to be honest. So Revenge of the Sith is in a very close second place, because that movie just contains so much fun stuff, you know. And it kind of ties the whole storyline together, which is why I like it so much. Questions from Jake Goodwin. First off, do you live in Sweden or another country? Yes, I do live in Sweden. A lot of you seem to have noticed by my accent. So yes, I live in Sweden, Stockholm, just 30 minutes from DICE office. Do you go to college, university, and what do you study? Yes, I go to this University of Stockholm, and I study game development actually, the coding part, because I like, you know, to code. And I'm currently on my second year, so I only have one left. I'm not 100% sure if I want to work with game development when I'm done. I'm more leaning towards the whole programming part, so then I don't really care too much if I program a game or if I program something else. But you know, games are fun, so if I can choose, I will probably choose to code the games somehow. Question from WheatGuy42. When did you start? Well, that was back in June 2013. I don't remember the exact date, but just after the Battlefront teaser reveal we had at E3, I just took the opportunity and started a channel. How did DICE notice you? That's a very good question actually. I guess the first time I got in contact with DICE was through Vincent, the community manager. We had some like chat or whatever you call it on Twitter back and forth, and he noticed I live in Stockholm, so he invited me out for lunch. And we just had a talk about the Battlefront community in general and stuff like that. And then after that it just kind of kept going. I got in touch with a bunch of developers, and as you know, they came and visited me here at home. And then the Game Changers events lately, and well, it just kept going since the first time, and it's really nice to have such a good connection and contact with DICE. 9gar asks, what do you use to record? Do you own a PS4? So if so, what is your PSN? Can I be in this Q&A? I've never been in one. Yes, you're now in this Q&A. My PSN is SWBFU, updates. SWBF updates. Same as my Twitter. I haven't played a lot lately, but you guys are more than welcome to add me, because I will, as I mentioned earlier, hopefully be getting Battlefront for my PS4 as well. And what do I do to record? I use NVIDIA Shadowplay, a super cool feature with all the NVIDIA graphics cards. It's kind of like buffers automatically, just like the capture cards for consoles do. And it works great, so hopefully it will work for Battlefront as well. Dig Tops asks, when was the first time you played / heard of Star Wars Battlefront? Thanks. I have no idea how early it was, but I remember that I did play Battlefront 1 with my cousins, and I'm not sure if I had it first or they had it first. But I do remember that when Battlefront 2 came out, I was like waiting for it. So at that point I was already playing the game. I think in 2005 Battlefront 2 came out, so at that point I had already been playing a lot of Battlefront and had it on my Xbox. So I had pretty much been playing since it was new, back and forth. FHD Daniel NL asks, what's your age, are you from Stockholm, and what's your PC hardware? Yes, I am from Stockholm, and I'm 20 years old, so I'm turning 21 this year. My PC hardware is right here. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it. That's my PC, and it is fairly good. I'm planning to upgrade it, but I do have a i7 4K something processor. I'm not very good with hardware, but it's a very good processor, and 16 gigabytes of RAM, for the video editing, GTX 670, and that's what I'm lacking the most right now. I'm planning to buy a GTX 970 to get prepped for Battlefront, because the graphics looks pretty good, so I'm pretty sure my GTX 670 won't be able to play it on like any nice resolution, I want to be able to produce as good videos as possible, so I want to be able to record at on least high, so I will most likely need a new graphics card for that. And the rest of my hardware I might as well show. Here's my Blue Snowball microphone with the pop filter I use for all my videos. And then we have a standard Logitech mouse and Sidewinder Microsoft keyboard, some crappy old screen. I don't really care too much for that kind of stuff, even though I probably should. So yeah, I think that's all my hardware you need to know about. If you have any more questions about it, just let me know. Alright, so that wraps up the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed the answers, and if you have any further questions, just leave them in the comments below. Now to something I know my American friends over from Star Wars headquarters has been waiting for. You might have seen the video where I sent them some Swedish candy, and they did kind of like a taste video, or whatever you call it. So when they were here in Sweden a couple of weeks ago, they brought me some American candy for me to try out, as well as this awesome Commander Cody bank. So thank you guys a lot for that. And now I'm gonna try out this candy as you wanted me to do, and we'll see if it's as good as the Jungelvrål was.
Yeah. Thing about these though is they seem like a choking. Ryan? Elliot, what did you get?
So let's start off with this one, Rolo. It looks a bit like the Swedish candy called Plop and Center, so we'll see if it tastes like that as well. The golden candy. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I liked it a lot actually. That was very similar to our Swedish version. I think I have to admit I prefer the Swedish Plop version, but nevertheless, a very good candy. So thank you for that. Now to the one I've been most excited to try out, the Twizzlers, because I don't think we have something like that in Sweden, and it looks delicious. And according, wow, this smells strong. Smells like, you know, chemicals. And according to the bag, you're supposed to peel it like this, I don't know. Oops, okay, maybe not. So let's try it out. Pretty good, but honestly not as good as I expected. I was hoping it would be a bit more like sour. It tastes a lot of cherry, which is really good because I love cherry. I'm actually allergic to cherry, but I can eat it in candy and stuff. So yeah, pretty good, but not as good as I hoped for. Okay. Actually, now that I've been eating a whole one, it wasn't as good as I was hoping for. Not at all. I don't know what it is. It tastes like too much chemicals and stuff. So, final one, the Reese's peanut butter cups. I love peanut butter, so hopefully this will be something like that. It smells delicious. It smells like you just open a peanut bag. Okay, this one, definitely my favorite. This was delicious. It's like peanut butter inside of a chocolate cup or something like that. Fuck. Okay, this is definitely my favorite. I'm gonna see if it's possible to get these in Sweden, because I've never eaten anything as good as this with like peanut flavor. So thank you guys very much for sending me this candy. I really appreciate it, and next time I'm gonna send you guys something even harsher than Jungelvrål, trust me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and again thank you so much for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You got a chance to get to know me a bit better and who I am. Let me know if you want more of these videos in the future, maybe for future milestones or just as a series, I don't know. I'll see you guys soon again, and as always, may the force be with you.